What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre, One Shot Game, man. You already know what time it is and how the motto go. You get one shot at life with a lifetime to learn everything you need to improve yourself. So this is just gonna be a little real quick video. And a lot of times I be saying that, but then it go far beyond me because I get to talking and get to go in hella different directions. But I do have to start on dinner in a minute. So I'm just gonna keep this video simple with saying, don't expect so much of a person that when they don't give it to you, you leave disappointed. The way to go about that would be to expect more of yourself. Everybody wants the perfect person. Everybody wants the person that loves them and cherishes them. And everybody in life, a lot of times, will get a chance to experience that, depending on what you're looking for in life. And I just say that to say, I got into my first real serious relationship when I was 16, you feel me? And it lasted for 8 years. But due to the fact that this person requires so much of me being this perfect model wife at the age of 16, and I was still trying to find myself, in turn left them disappointed because you expected so much of me that I couldn't give to you because I couldn't even give it to myself. The reason why long-lasting relationships work is because once people do the work on themselves, they are able to understand what is required and what they're willing to take in a relationship. We all form relationships with everybody, no matter who it is, your kids, you feel me, your spouse, your mom, your dad. Everybody has relationships with everybody. And once you become at peace with yourself and understanding, you know what, look, I'm not perfect. I have went through some things. I have experienced some things. Everybody judged me and put me down. So let me understand that that is me. That is how I became who I am. And then you'll start to look at everybody else as an understanding that you can't put expectations or require something of people that they can't give you. Because when you do that, you make yourself upset. You make yourself in misery. You make yourself in depression. You make yourself go through all these things that you feel in solely because you're expecting somebody to be something that they're not or that they can't give you. Everybody goes through cycles and stages and learning periods and time frames. And the main biggest factor to that whole thing is when a person wants to grow, they will grow at their own time frame. I guess the hard part would be, how long are you willing to stick around to figure out when that's gonna happen? The choice is yours. When you really care about somebody and you really rock with them with no expectations, give them space and time, back in, see what's up. Because everybody is on their own time frequency. And when it comes to learning what is needed to learn and elevate in life, nobody's on the same wavelength. Once you create those boundaries and become at peace with yourself, you'll be able to set boundaries. And you know what I'm saying? Tolerate what you want to tolerate and put a stop to the things that you don't. When you don't have any boundaries and you're still trying to figure out who you are, you find yourself complaining, getting angry, get upset because you're tolerating things that you know you don't want to tolerate. That means you're not at peace with yourself and you have to grow stronger in yourself. I think people miss that whole conception. Don't put expectations on people, because if you do that, going into whatever relationship with anybody, and they don't stand up to those expectations that you have set for this person, you're gonna ultimately get upset at them, be arguing with them every day because you set expectations for somebody, when really what attracts you to someone is what you expect of yourself. I don't think people really understand how that works. It's a complex system, but what you expect of yourself is what you will expect in someone else. You cannot be at peace with yourself and not have no love inside yourself, disruption inside yourself, and not be at peace inside yourself and require that from someone else, because you're not going to get that. You're only going to attract where you're at in your life on the emotional level. I don't think people really get to understand that. And it's a journey. It's a destination. Everybody that I have encountered in my life never put expectations on where they should be, what they should be doing, how I see their life going. I hung out with them genuinely because I was rocking with them for who they are, not having any expectations on who they need to be, what they should be doing, how you could, reach new heights and be better. And if I do happen to give you some advice, it's solely because I care about you. I don't want to see you run yourself into a ditch taking somebody else's bullshit. Everybody's built different, but that's just how I'm built. And it comes a lot from people not being at peace within themselves, so they didn't bring me peace. So every time I did something wrong, I was judged. Every time I made a left instead of a right, I was talked about. Every time I did something that was out of the norm, people told me don't do that. It made me kind of like at times distance myself from people, because I think people fail to realize what I really all wanted was for everybody to just be happy and be at peace, which means give me time to figure out who I am and grow. Has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to discredit you from, has nothing to put you off from. And if once I finish developing in the peace inside myself and figure out who I am, and you choose not to come around, at that point, I'm not the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 10 toes down for the people that ride for me. And that means your love is unconditional through every stage Deidre has went through, which means if you love me then, you can love me now. And I never put any expectations on nobody. All I ever did was take parts that people could give me and learn how to incorporate it into myself to become the woman that I am today. And I'm at peace because of it. I don't judge anybody. I don't put anybody down. I don't, be negative about nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just at a point in my life where I have no expectations for nobody I love. There's no right or wrong path you're supposed to take. Whatever you see fit for you that makes you happy, do it. That is how we become at peace with oneself. And I think people miss that a lot by putting expectations on people. And let me break it down on how people do that. It's a difference in venting out your anger and venting, to someone or, to yourself about how you feel, about how a person is moving. I talk to myself a lot because I would never say some of the things I'm thinking that's hurting my feelings to the people I care about. Because I have to learn to soak it in and take it in and accept them for who they are. Otherwise, again, I would be putting expectations on people and getting disappointed every time. For example, my dad was 20 when he had me. Probably not ready to understand what qualifies in being a father. So, mentally going through whatever issues he's going through. Dad was killed in prison when he was 9, like it really messed him up for real. And then you learning how to navigate through life. You feel me? I once talked to him and told him how he was hecka big in some of his pictures. He said, he was trying to mimic his father. And then you sold drugs, then you in and out of prison here and there, you know what I'm saying? And you still are, indulging in substances, but I don't care about none of that. I really don't. As long as I know that you're okay. And as long as I know that you're safe and you are right, his communication with me is way better now than it has ever been in life. I usually get the people in my life that I text or reach out to, and they don't ever reach out back. And my dad was good for that. But now that I'm older and understanding, I tell him all the time, just let me know you're okay. Every text I send, this man responds. Judging you. I don't know what you're dealing with in your head. I don't know what you're going through in your head. Just let me know you're okay. It's hard out here, you know? And I don't judge my mom either. You know, times we don't know our parents' struggles. We don't know what they go through. We just feel the pain. And sometimes when people don't know exactly how to take real love in, they automatically have a defense towards it. Doesn't matter who it comes from. Because when they needed that unconditional love, they didn't get it. I don't put expectations on nobody. If I rock with you, I rock with you. But I also have boundaries, meaning there are certain things that maybe was okay for you to do around me back then that's not okay now. And I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to put you down for it, but I'm going to separate myself. And that's up to you to make better choices or improve or grow or whatever. If not, you're going to choose to hang around people that's okay with that, and that's fine with me. No judgment at all. You just won't have me around, and that's okay. I can do that. As whereas in the past, I had no boundaries. I'm pretty much was, you feel me, down with whatever. We was all rocking and doing whatever, even though I was uncomfortable with some things, you know? And I think that separates me from who I was to who I am. And sometimes people can't handle it. But again, for everybody out there to know, the best way to have easier relationships with people, especially people like that you form bonds with, your family or your friends, you know, it's makes it easier when you don't expect so much of them, not really knowing their story. And again, you have a right to set boundaries. If you're not okay with some things that's going on or happening, you set a boundary and don't tolerate it. But if someone, a circle or a part of your life was to die the next day, you would be sad and be hurt. So all it is don't expect nothing of nobody that you wouldn't expect of yourself. Whatever you tolerate and bring into your life is what you expect of yourself. That's all that is the magic into this world. And it makes life a lot easier for people to understand and, you know, process when everybody understands that we are going through our own journey in life, and we all have to go through things that may not be understanding to the other person. Don't judge me. I'll get to where I'm trying to get when I'm ready to get there. My journey is not yours. Having expectations on me to reach a height that you set for me, that I might not get there when you want me to get there. And you gonna be disappointed because I'm gonna still live my life. We can't do that. It's gonna hurt us in the long run. Give. Never forget. But it's okay to forgive. Not for them, but for you. So you could be able to be at peace in your life. Otherwise, we gonna be some hurt, depressed, unorthodox souls, which half of the time attracts the things that hurt us the most back into our life. If people really sat down and paid attention to their life, you will see that the things that are happening in your life is basically the pain that you attracted and what's really affecting you. And the fact that you can't move past it is going to keep hitting you in the face until you're able to heal that and become at peace with oneself. Stop putting expectations on people, man. We all just trying to live. You already know what time it is. Because if you don't know, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because we are the people. And if we don't help each other, who will?